What's up, guys? Parker here, and today we are going to be doing a live demonstration of how to sculpt none other than Arnold. We're going to do Arnold, and we're going to do Sylvester Stallone and all their muscle, and Jean-Claude Van Damme and all their greatness and all their glory. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not. I'm not at that level of mastery quite yet. That's just my tunes. But I will be showing you. We will be doing a little bit of anatomy. Well, I hope we do a little bit of anatomy. I called it anatomically inspired because I want to be precise with my language. I do not recommend this to total beginners. I would say at least intermediate or like novice. Because anatomy's fucking hard. I mean, it is and it isn't. When you know the forms, but it's like you need to be comfortable with the tools in Blender to accomplish it reasonably well. Let me look at this. You see these guys? No, there's no goddamn modifiers. Why is it giving me this? So as kind of similar to the one of the previous episodes, I went to Blend Swap, and if you search base mesh, or if you find a base mesh at like CG Trader or something, you want something like this where it's already for you, so we're not fucking spending a half a goddamn hour fucking dicking with like basic proportions, because we want to do the good stuff. We want to have something like this, like an Andrew Loomis, like anatomical shape, not to be confused with Jeff Loomis of Nevermore and Arch Enemy. So what I did was I applied the base mesh. If you look it up on, it's a female head, but it's a fucking base mesh. I mean, what the fuck? It applies. So, but what I did was you can apply like an N-gon. You can just fill in this geometry at the bottom. That's what I like to do. So that way, and apply that dynamic topology bullshit. And then we get something like that. Because if you just have it, what the fuck happened to my goddamn image? There we go. If you just have it like, without a filling, like if it's just an empty face. And I'm just going to be going over with the clay strips brush, and I'm just going to kind of, let's see. I'm just going to go in and add a little bit more geometry to work with. Yeah. Usually I do these at like 9 or 8. I wanted to do one at 7. I thought that would be accessible. Let me know in the comments what do you think a good time to do these is. I mean, I think a lot of the viewership is like the week after. It's not immediate, which is fine. But let me know in the chat what a good time, because it's just good to know. I mean, like, consistency is, for anybody else that's running a channel, like, consistency is good. But, yeah, I'm just going to be going in. I'm just at 12. But, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this one. I'm kind of intimidated because, I'm doing it live. And, these are the big enchiladas, as a certain character on YouTube on a Joe Rogan podcast, the 9/11 Joe Rogan podcast. These are the big enchiladas, Joe. I'm going to show you the Freemasons in this one, and everything about the Illuminati and the lower dimensions. I love that, man. I did a sculpt of him, but my fucking hard drive crashed. I know. I gotta get over that. I could make another one, but it was pretty good. It's on my ArtStation. Maybe I'll link to that. Maybe I'll have a special link. I actually made 2 sculpts of this particular band individual, of AJ. We'll call him AJ. So, I mean, I could probably put it like that. So, first we're gonna go in. So now we can get some general proportions. But first, I'm gonna fill out this goddamn neck. See, and do I want to build out the shoulders or don't I? That is the question. I guess I will. Fuck it. Do it live. Fuck it. Yeah, and this one shows you the back, which is very impressive. Shows you like the back of the neck. Let's see. I would play my awesome retro wave that I have in the background, but I don't want to deal with copyright crap. Fucking YouTube. I love you, baby. Fucking copyright. Yeah, I mean, fucking copyright is more like it. But so, and I guess this is kind of relevant because this is an anatomy episode, I guess. But I said, notice I put anatomically inspired because I know how it fucking is in the 3D community. You guys are fucking vicious. You fucking submit shit to Blender, the Blender 3D group on Facebook. Man, they will tear you apart a new fucking asshole in half. They'll tear you 2 assholes. They'll tear your existing physical asshole, and they'll tear your metaphysical asshole as well. So if you're like, oh, this is an anatomy, whatever, they'll be like, you did this wrong, you did this is off by like that much. So notice I was very precise in my language in the titling, anatomically inspired. So that way see, you always got to like take measures to make sure you don't get bitched at. Cuz I know, I'm very aware. I'm a strategic motherfucker. Like Leo says in his How to Be a Strategic Motherfucker. Like in Pulp Fiction, there's like the bad motherfucker insignia. Well, there's the next level after that is strategic motherfucker. And that's me. So, because I'm a strategic motherfucker and I know how the internet works, I strategically did this like the title of this. This is an anatomically inspired rendition. But okay, yeah. Memeing aside, I will do my best though. I will do my best to get a pretty good, something. I don't really want to spend a ton of time on the neck though, because I kind of don't give a fuck about the neck right now. I want to get but it adds a little bit of like statue-esque feel to it. Like it was a bust at like a bust, yeah, for a fucking museum or some bullshit. But and I should let you know. So this is an Andrew Loomis book. I think it was about the face, the anatomy of the face or something. If you look up Andrew Loomis, I mean, like it's a pretty big. A lot of art, there's like the Andrew Loomis method and a lot of artists. I actually do recommend probably before, look up the Loomis method. There's YouTube videos for it. And if you do that a little bit, do a few sketches, that'll help with your anatomy if you kind of draw it. If you can do it in 2D space, you can do it in a 3D space. But this is Atlas of Human Anatomy for the Artist, and these are from the, I think it was like Drawing the Head and Hands. I think that was it. So Drawing the Head and Hands. I forget what page, but if you scroll here, you can, what I'll do is you can print screen this. If you hit print screen, and then put it into, there we go. Okay, so if you print screen this, if you hit print screen and then go into MS Paint, put that in, and then save it, and then load it into Blender, you'll have that. So there you go. So you'll have, that's what you can do. Because these books are fairly old, but again, see, look at how strategic I am. Look at what a strategic motherfucker I am. I can't get bitched at for copyright. No, but these are old books. But if you like, you find the PDF for the Andrew Loomis book, open it with Adobe Illustrator, export, and I think it's like artboards or something. But you can export all of the pages as PNGs. That way you don't have to go in and print screen them. And some books let you, some PDFs let you do that, and some PDFs are restricted. But that's just a handful tip that I discovered relatively recently, past few months. So I just figured I would relay that to you. Okay, that's a tolerable fucking neck. Maybe what else? Doesn't have a saw. Let's see. The side. Why am I whistling? Alright. I don't know. Yeah, but I wanted to do, there was this realistic head course that I've been working on, and I wanted to do that before I did this. I've been doing a lot of courses actually. And there's a shitload of sales going on right now in Blender Market. Flip Normals had a huge one. I probably got like, you know, $150 worth of fucking courses and shit there. So it probably would have been like $300. So get that, because I remember there'd be a sale for games and shit, and my friends wouldn't tell me, and that would always piss me off. But yeah, there's a huge fucking Blender courses sale and Flip Normals, and yeah, I'm not endorsed. I don't think my channel is big enough yet to be endorsed by stuff like that. But just as a friendly tip, there's like, and they're like really fantastic. Like, the thing with, and this was more true back when I started to use Blender in like 2012. So yeah, it was November of 2012. So it's been like 8 years for me, almost a decade. That's fucking crazy. Because I was like 14, I'm 22 now. I'm using this software for almost a decade. The thing with a lot of the free tutorials is you can kind of get mixed results with the paid stuff, like because I remember like CG, I got a CG Cookie. It took me a fucking year to learn basic bullshit, and then I got a CG Cookie subscription. I got the modeling course, and I learned about topology. Like, it's kind of, when it's like courses and stuff, it's kind of you're more likely to get more of a guarantee that it's like the best way to do something and the most efficient way to do something. Because there were a lot of crappy tutorials out there when I was just starting out. There's better stuff now, but it's just kind of the way it is. Like if you just and you can get like $10 courses and shit, like very accessible. But it's just kind of like this is just kind of how it is. Like you know, like on YouTube you'll get like time lapse, but if you buy a course that's like more depth and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. It's good to support your fellow artists, man. Share the wealth, man. All right, let's see where we are with this fucking head shape. Well, this ear can go up like that. Yeah, like the ear is not directly in the middle, but it's just kind of to the right. Just a bit. I'll probably, yeah, go in there and crease this fucking bullshit. I'll do screencast keys just to be nice. Wait, what the fuck? I don't fucking know. Well, if you want screencast keys, let me know in the comments. But I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna fucking sculpt an anatomical fucking face, you probably don't need screencast keys. You're probably good. Let me check some of these. God damn. Okay, we're good. Okay. We don't have any comments yet. Once in a while, people comment on the live streams, and I like that. It's good to have engagement. Okay, go in here. You know what I think is a great idea? I think I'm going to set the detail level to like 5 pixels, and I'm just going to make the most dense fucking geometry, and then just cross my fingers. I think that, and just do the most like detail first, and you know, just pray, you know, I think that would be a phenomenal idea. That would be fantastic. Okay, I'm going to bring this head out a little bit. Do those clay strips. Man, I love clay strips. Clay strips is your best friend. I mean, maybe if you had to choose one, like maybe it would be draw. But you kind of will find that you'll have, like I do notice that different artists kind of use different brushes. Like some like the scrape, some like the clay brush, some like the flatten. Let's see. I'm going to say this needs to be rounder. Yeah. Bring this down, I guess. Inflate this bullshit. Inflate that shit. You know, I really don't need that shit. If you know what reference that's from, you're my best friend. It's such a good movie. It was so fucking amazing. Like the entire history of rock and roll in one fucking movie. The Beatles stopped fighting in India. Let's add some fucking... Let's fuck with this a little bit. Okay. Thing is, I want to make these ears stand out a little bit more. That would have been nice in the base mesh. No, I kind of like a base mesh that's really not that detailed. Just like, give me kind of broad proportions, and then I'll kind of... Because it's like, what's the fucking point? If you're going to fucking give me a base mesh that's like already mapped out, like I might as well just texture that shit and call it a day. I mean, I guess you can, you can add like more detailing and stuff on a base mesh, but just like give me something that's like slightly more detailed than a cube. That's what I kind of like. So like even this, like this as a base mesh could work. Like I don't need, I'm actually going to do that. So that way I don't have to keep remaking these fucking necks. Oh, so your neck is so unique. I really noticed the neck, the necks of these characters. All necks matter. That was a funny music video. Alright. Fuck! What did I just do? Oh, I got it. I'm gonna go in there. I usually do ears later, but I'm kind of called to like just get a little indication of something. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it later. Man, these ears stick out. They're like fucking Teletubby ears or some shit. Oh, Yeah. Yes. See, we're getting that general shape. We're getting that general shape going. Hashtag general shape. General patent shape. And then we're going to do, this is one of my favorite parts. We're going to go in there with the fucking draw brush. And we're going to do these eyes. We're just going to scrape in like the eye socket, I guess. And I guess you want to do it like halfway. I know that for a fact. Okay, I'm not the most sophisticated anatomy person on the world, but I do know that for a fact that you want to place the eyes sockets like the entire like the edge of the socket could be a little bit higher than the ear, but it's good to be like, you want the tip of the ear is like, you have like half of the head. This is half of the head right here, which our base mesh did for us. See, that's the part that makes a face beautiful. If you use a base mesh that's slightly more sophisticated than a cube, you don't have to figure out all that bullshit. We already did this. It's beautiful. It's fucking gorgeous. It's fucking fantastic. I might... The front of the face is a little bit... Yeah, the front of the face is flat. I definitely recognize that. But let's just... Alright, I'll worry about it later. Let's worry about it later when we're at like 5 pixels. 5 goddamn pixels. So fucking dense. You know, for more advanced users, I have a question. So I've seen this workflow where it's like I'm gonna talk and sculpt at the same time, but I've seen this workflow where it's like it's the base sculpt, I guess it's called. Like the general forms are done in Dyn Topo. That's retopologized. And then the fucking it's retopologized, and then the detail is added multi-res. But that just seems convoluted to me. Like, wouldn't you be better off just adding all the detail on the dynamic topology for like in one sculpt, one pass, basically? Then you retopo it, and then you do the, I don't know, just that's a question that I have. Because it just seems like you're just adding more work. Because then wouldn't you have to retopo that? I don't know. I mean, I kind of get it. It's like dynamic topology makes like more drastic changes easier. It doesn't stretch out. Like it fills the geometry with the triangles more. But I don't know. But then multi-res would be better for like the detail. I don't fucking know. It's just I mean, you know, you could do it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You know, you can toss dildos from, 9 to 5. I don't care. But you know, it's a free software. I was going to say it's a free country. It's a free software. In more ways than one. Freedom. All right, I'm going to do Dyn Topo, and then I'm going to do multi-res on top of that Dyn Topo, and then I'm going to retopo in ZBrush, and then I'm going to paint over it with Photoshop, but then I'm going to retopo that and then sculpt using again and again, and I'm just going to make the same shit over and over again. And that'll be a good time. I think that's a great time. All right, let's get that chin. Do we want to give him an ass chin? I think we should give him an ass chin. I have an ass chin. It's a little bit, let's see. It's a little bit big. Yeah, maybe. Does that work? Or does that look like shit? No, I'm very hard on my artwork, kind of, but if you micromanage your artwork, the client won't have to. A lot of the time. Because if you really take the time to study, to put energy, like I spent 20 hours on 10 seconds for a fucking music video. The guy's like, great job. He was really impressed. He was like, these, you go in for the PS5 graphics. And I told him, I don't go for that. I was like, thank you. But I was like, Xbox 360, I don't go for that photorealistic, like hyper photorealistic bullshit. I'm going to just leave that for a sec. But the point is, like, if you... where are the lips? I'm trying to be precise about this and not make it look like shit. Well, the nose, I'm going to just make it easy. I'm going to put an indication of the nose, because the nose is at the bottom of the ear. But that's the thing with client. Like, if you really do put a lot of attention to detail, your client will be really impressed. If you want to do this professionally. I mean, if this is just a hobby, that's cool too. But if you want to do this as a career, if you put in a lot of attention to detail, and they'll give you certain parameters of what they want. But if you put in that attention to detail, if you micromanage yourself so they don't have to, it's kind of a good way to go. Because it's just like when you're going back and forth about, because they know when you don't give a shit, and you're going constantly, when you're kind of the hands of a client. I mean, that's fucking horrible. It's a horrible feeling. It's fucking shit. But it's shit. But it can be a good experience to have temporarily, because then when you get better clients, it's good. So let's see. Wow, that is a flat goddamn face. I'm gonna like... This is a flat fucking nose. This is a very flat face. But we're working on it. We're working on it. Let's see. I'm going to bring up this nose a little bit. But it looks like we're going to have decent proportions. And notice that this is going to be tricky. So the nose, like the back of the nostril is right here. I've noticed this a lot in sculpting. Like the back of the nostril is like around here. And right now it's around... Yeah, kind of like that. That's better. Fuck me. All right. I think we are going to achieve... I think we are going to accomplish this. I'll be amazed. I hope it turns out good. Or turns out well. To use proper grammar. So, yeah, for noses, I like to just lay down the material. I like to start with a mark and then push everything up. And then to get these like little bulbish shapes, I just go in with a clay brush. You can use inflate. And then, right, but I would say with noses, that's probably one of the most important fucking things that you can do to get a good nose that doesn't look like shit, is to go in and drag that shit back. I know, practice what you preach, Parker. Make that shit good. Don't make it look like shit. Yeah, drag that back. See, this is what micromanagement looks like. I'm going to show you what micromanagement looks like in a second from a client. See, and the problem is, see, what you got to do is move it up, move it up. You know what micromanagement is like from a client? It's like a really awful tutorial, except worse, and your paycheck depends on it. That's what micromanagement is like. I have a certain client, we call him, our Skype chat is called quantum micromanagement. Because it's accurate. It's completely accurate. He may or may not have called on a previous episode or a previous sculpt session. Yeah, it's funny. So let's see. All right. See, like, there's this, and then there's like this little curve over here. See, this is why I love anatomical drawings so much. It's just so fucking helpful. Oh, well, that looks like bullshit. That looks like crap. That looks like absolute ass. God damn it, I took this realistic course, sculpting course, and this looks like absolute shit. No, the thing in the course looks really good. I'm really happy with that. But this looks like shit right now. But perseverance. Perseverance. And it will not, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep adding stuff and be like, and then it will not look like crap. So let's see. What to do about these fucking nostrils? I just use the draw tool and just... Okay. Go in there, scrape. Scrape that fucking shit. Scrape that shit off. Scrape the entire nose off. Like and subscribe if you want. Like, leave a comment if you want me to scrape the entire fucking nose off. Just scrape it. All right. All right. I bet someone in a tech ed class with MS Paint could make a better nose than this. I mean, they probably could, honestly. I mean, like, I think Microsoft added some, like, fucking 3D features or something. And someone showed me. She was, it's very impressive. She made it for, like, artwork or some, like, an album artwork or some shit. It was really good. It was, like, aliens that they made with, like, MS Paint. But it was 3D. Which is crazy. Okay. So now it's kind of wrapped around. But, you know, that's really... I really suggest doing that. I suggest, you know, the best way to probably learn one of the best ways is to, there's like live drawing classes. Well, I don't know about COVID, but I went to one. And I went to a live drawing class, and the first three or four were complete shit. They sucked so much ass. And then the last one, where we were given the most time, I was actually pretty impressed with it. And I made like a kind of and I added like a Giger. I was finished, so I added like kind of a HR Giger flair to it. And they were like, I was around all these artists, and it was a Cosm thing with Alex Gray, actually. And I was around all these artists, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna start getting better at my head anatomy. And I'm going to do 30 sculpts in 30 days. Well, I mean, it took me 3 months, not a month, but I still did it. I made that commitment after, you know, being around all those artists and seeing a live drawing. Michael Hampton's, what is it? Figure design and animation, some shit like that. That one's really good too. But yeah, if you just find all these anatomy books, and then you find a PDF for them, do a JPEG or however you want to get the reference. Just yeah, and use, you know, like these, like what we're doing right now. You know, we're just taking these exercises, these demonstrations, these anatomy demonstrations, these anatomy examples, and we're just kind of sculpting them in Blender. So I'm trying to think. I kind of want to add like a curve. Yeah, I like how I think I want to have like that the most. Okay, so and you can, so I mean, for this is fine, but keep in mind the expression of the brows. Should probably be a bit thinner. But yeah, so like the expression of the brow, you know, if you move them down, look, now he's sad. Now he's sad and he's emo. He's sad. Boo-hoo. I don't know what happy is. I think happy is like, yeah, that motherfucker won $1 billion if his face was like that. That or his friend was taking something. uh, sober and healthy living. Holistic, but sober and healthy living. So, and then if you bring it up like shit, this guy's gonna want to fucking choke you. See, he wants to choke me because I did a shitty job on the nose or something. I don't know. Maybe the chin. It's like, you're doing a shitty job on this sculpt. No, I mean, look, I feel that my art is pretty good, but it's good to like, I don't know. I mean, Beeple does the same. You know, like it's decent. Like it's decent stuff. Uh, you know, Beeple in interviews kind of does the same thing. Guy talks a lot of shit. It's funny. But let's see. Let's see. But yeah, so like usually if you're going for like animated, if you're sculpting to make something that's going to be animated later or like rigged, you want to rig the face, then make the brows neutral so that way you can rig them later. So it's like a resting pose. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like he's got donuts on his fucking eyes or some shit. But let's see if this does something. Yeah, it kind of... Maybe if I pinch it, maybe if I hit the pinch brush, that'll do it. Go in there, redefine this. Yeah, this is odd. This is different. Yeah, I am a... I don't know ways that went that far back. Okay, so this is why if you do something drastic, you hit Shift D and you duplicate it. Okay. Kind of looks back to normal. I don't know why that looked like fucking ass. I'm probably just gonna... Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sculpt it normal eventually. I'm gonna get to the eyes, and then I'm gonna add those like little details. I'm gonna just kind of sculpt a normal head, and then I'm gonna add all this like kind of shit. Like I'm gonna add like this kind of stuff later. But for now, I'm just gonna make it easy. I'll just go back. Whew. I'm amazed it went back that far. So we're gonna use. I'm gonna put in an indication of this. I believe that's the zygomatic. If that wasn't correct, I'm gonna get bitched out so fucking hard. I know it. But there's like a whole zygomatic process. Oh, I know. I'm aware of the fucking 3D community. Get your asshole fucking roasted over a fire. Fry it in fucking peanut oil or some shit. Yeah, we can go in there and hollow this. Cause this is kind of a hollow surface, whatever. It's hollow. It's like behind here's no bone, or it's just hollow. All right. See, this is why being an artist is awesome. Is you get to do weird shit like that to explain things, and no one gives a fuck. It's just like, oh, I'm an artist. I'm a photographer. You could be doing the weirdest shit on the planet. Nobody gives a fuck. We're kind of. I like to say that, like, artists are crazy people, but we get it away with it because we make pretty pictures. We make beautiful things, so we get away with it. Not all the time, but more often than if the context was different. Alright. Yeah, this is a little bit more of like a Irish button nose. It's like anatomy is just a lot of little things. It's a lot of little shit. But let's see. Yeah, like we're trying to get that right now. Maybe my brush was a little bit too big. It's a little bit sharp of an angle. So it's like you do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then like, but I've been told it's not really so much of like knowing the names of everything, although that can help. I mean, Kent Trammell has an anatomical model that shows all that shit. With all the features and everything. I usually leave the eyes last, the best for last. Okay, so I'm going to go in. Let's get these lips. Now the lips are like... they extend past... they're like a bit past the nostrils. And depends. Like some characters will have bigger lips than others. Let's see. Wow. I was happy with how that lip turned out. Okay. So now we do this. I mean, I actually did do in like a more anatomy themed kind of thing in one of my sculpts. So let's see. Let's see. I think I'm going to bring it forward. So right now it's flat, and you want it to have like a round shape. Yeah. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, folks. It is imperative that during the lockdown, folks, that we stay hydrated as Americans. H2O 2020. Alright, let's see. Folks. I love that impression. I loved I love Alex Jones just ranting about Obama. It's just the funniest shit ever. I love that guy. He's such a meme. There's I'm not gonna spoil. Okay, I've made two artworks of him, and he may or may not be a character in future works. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave that to your imagination because I'm not spoiling anything. But yeah, I plan on doing a lot more like animation and 3D shit next year, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff in the project queue. The project Quay Quay. I just call it that because of After Effects, I guess. Yeah, and this is like, oh, and I learned this with a course I did recently. So the mouse, so like you'll notice here, it's like it's flat right here. It isn't curved, and then it does like a little divot, and then it goes down and all that bullshit. Let me see. Let me find a good track. Let me see. There we go. Freaking retro wave is so good to work out to. I really like with yeah, this is more apparent of an example of this, but I love how with like a lot of the Loomis uh examples and like anatomy, figure kind of examples, like everything's very blocky. It's I love that. I love a good. It's like look at the fucking draw. Like that's just sexy. All right, it's just so fucking shapy and blocky. Um, I just love it. All right, it's just my semi-autistic brain just loves it. All right. The tism. Let me see. What fucking detail? I was gonna say, what fucking detail is this fucking bullshit? If that would be hilarious. I would laugh my ass off if I was like joking about let's make some like high detail fucking retarded bullshit and just like absolutely horrible. No, it is literally retarded because it slows down the entire process. So I use that as an academic sense. But if it just slows down your entire computer, it's just like 5 details. You just set it down. I want to do this right now. Just crash this entire broadcast. What? No. But see, like, look at how much detail that is. That's just like, that's when you're at like, yeah, that's just too much. I mean, oh yeah, just get in there. Just make Blender completely crash. No, you don't. I set it to like 5, but that's at the end of projects usually. And sometimes I don't even do that. A lot of the times I just zoom into shit. Oh, another good practice. Go into perspective mode, even though I fucking hate doing that. That's what I've been told. Like if I'll just sculpt, and they'll be like, try go into perspective more, so it's not such a piece of shit. Man, I really like posting your material to groups. It's be prepared. I'm noticing that I should give a better indication of the fucking eye socket. Because it goes a little bit. The eye itself, like the center of the eye. Nope, actually no, I'm full of shit. See, this kind of matches. Like, see, there's the tip of the ear, and then there's the eyebrow ridge, which is, it doesn't perfectly match, but it's very close. So I could probably make the eye socket. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the lips, you go like that. There's like a little fold, and then... Yeah, I mean, I would say even when you're doing like characters, I would say on top of that, have like always have like a little reference sheet. From like, there's the Anatomy for Sculptor's book. That one's really good. Yeah, that's starting to look like it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Oh, and there's like, oh wait, no. The names are literally right here. Wait, so was I right about the zygomatic process? Or am I a fucking idiot? Can't fucking read this shit. What's the zygomatic? Yeah, it's this. Yeah, I was right. I was right. Yeah, this is zygomatic. Good. Good. The person, your instructor is not a fucking dumbass. Great. That's phenomenal. High five. I don't know. Literally, I don't know any other terms. I just kind of... I don't know. I just can't. It's like... I'm not going to memorize all these terms. It's just like... If I was taking art school, I probably would. I probably would give a shit about all of that, but I'm self-taught, so I'm like, But you can think of it in terms of like if having the name helps you, then do that. But it's really like the shapes, these like fundamental shapes, and how they interrelate, and how there's kind of, it's like relationships with the head and how they relate to each other. How does that look? I mean, I could almost make it taller even. I probably will do that. Let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that. See? You stick with it, you add more, you just keep at it, and it eventually will not look like shit. That's the motherfucking process. Insert. Yeah, it's probably we're gonna be up till like 2 in the morning doing this. So get yourself some Red Bull. No. Oh, hey, what's up, man? No, it was just someone I know from like Discord chat. That's cool. It's good. Yeah. Anybody yeah. Feel free to stop by, say hi. Let's see. So, I think I'm going to do the ears and then the eyes. And if anybody ever has like pointers, I'm going to rage quit and you're micromanaging me. No, I'm just kidding. No, if anybody has pointers, no, that's very helpful to everybody. So yeah, feel free to like if some proportion, like, hey, move this feature back a little bit, move that to the left, whatever. Look at this, or just say, hey, the nose is fucked up. Do this, then that's useful for me and it's useful to everybody. So I would encourage that because you know I've been a Blender user for like 8 years, but honestly, I still feel like an intermediate user because there's so many fucking things to learn. There's particle systems, there's sculpting, there's modeling, there's rigging. Like I've been using Blender for 8 years, and I only just this year was able to like rig ahead and do a fucking face animation. Like my first actual like proper, not a camera going through a 3D scene. That's still no like a proper 3D animation was this year, and I had been using it for since 2012. So, I mean, it's the masters, the galactic overlords of the universe, like Tom Cruise, no, like Tony Robbins or Steve Vai. Well, like Steve Vai is a better example. Like Steve Vai, or I read this book called Mastery. You know, when they say it's, really, it really is, it doesn't end. There's always more shit you can be learning. Like, I mean, for a free 3D software, Blender is just fucking incredible. It's like, what? It's like modeling, sculpting, rigging, animation. Like you really could create Pixar level shit with this, or like Hollywood. I mean, you really could. And Blender's known for being kind of hard. I mean, I find the other software is hard, but maybe it's just because I learned this one. Like, I know a little bit of Cinema 4D. I've used a little bit of Cinema 4D in my videos, but it's good. I know that it would be better, if I really did know how to use C4D, my life would be better. But it's like, I don't know. I just find, like, I've never really found tutorials that cover what I want to make. Let me see. So, this is a circuit. It's like, I don't know, like, sometimes ears are easy, and sometimes they're really fucking tough. Like, it's, hook and Y, because that's what I've learned from CG Cookie, was the ear is just a hook and a Y shape. And it's very odd. I don't know, sometimes... Yeah, sometimes it's just a bitch. Alright, fucking her. We got that. Does that work, or does this look like shit? I mean, it kind of works, but it kind of looks like shit. So, both. Okay. I mean, it's not exactly an ear tutorial, but it's still good to have good habits and make it look good. Shit. What the fuck is wrong with this goddamn ear? I promise. I usually make better ears than this. But like I said, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult. See, I'm probably just gonna I'm going to re-sculpt this. Sometimes you just got to do that. Sometimes you just got to retrace your steps. It's like, I'm not dealing with that crap. Okay. But that's the process. That's literally the process. See, that's a better shape. I mean, I fucking went there. See, that's a much better shape. I feel much more confident about that. And let's do this first. Get in there, fucking get that fucking shit. It's good to go in there. Really scrape the fuck out of that. Just bring a fucking drill and just drill in that ear. It's like a fucking tunnel. Just get in there and fucking drill that shit. Get a fucking CG crew and just drill it. Build it. God damn it. Kind of did that again. What to do, what to do, what to do. I mean, these are weird fucking ears. That's the fucking problem. I might just do it the hook and Y way and just ignore this shape. I probably will do it. Yeah, that looks decent. We can all learn from each other. Kind of looks elfy, but... I kind of noticed that with the Loomis, like, a lot of the ears look fucking weird. Like, just when you try to make them in 3D, they kind of look odd. Looks like a chunk of cheese. Fucking chunk of cheese. Okay, so we got the hook. Now let's make the Y. Sometimes if you just fucking, now let's make the Y. I see. Let's see if that does it. Just play AJ. Alright, I'm starting to get pissed. There was the one with him and Eddie Bravo, and that one. Oh wait, yeah, there was two with Eddie Bravo. Yeah, that was epic. How does that look? It only needs to look good from the front view. Everybody knows that when you put it on ArtStation. I mean, come on, let's get real here. All right, why am I sculpting? Why am I worrying about this petty side view? Because it's 3D. You're supposed to rotate it in 3 dimensions, you noob. That's why. All right, I'm gonna say that's tolerable. Like this was a fucking dude. Like ears are fucking. Sometimes they're the easiest shit, and sometimes they get weird. Like when it's more of a traditional hook and Y, I find it's pretty easy to make them. But when it's like a fucking weird thing like that, then yeah, okay, I'd say that looks decent. Maybe. Let's get him. Let's have gauges. Yes, that actually does look pretty cool. I want to keep a version of that. But yeah, if you want to, yeah, we can. That can be. It's cool. Yeah. Okay, so what's next? Now we got the eyes. Oh boy. And then I'm gonna make it more like this, so that way, yeah, because it's been like what, an hour or something. Yeah, it's been like usually. So yeah, this will be kind of a long one. Oh boy. So this is the part where Shift D, Alt G, move to a layer. Okay, yeah, I just do that anytime there's like a drastic sort of change. Oh, I forgot the matte cap. Bruh. You forgot the matte cap? It's fucking pathetic. Don't want to do that. You could just spend all day basically looking at fucking matte caps. I probably will go with red, because red is kind of a good yeah, I mean, okay, so we add a sphere and we shrink down the fuck out of it. And this part is a fucking bitch. So as we can see here, there's it goes at this angle, right? And no, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm gonna go with that. And yep. If we were UV unwrapping an actual eyeball, I would be more, but the shape pretty much works. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the placing of the eyeballs is actually very important. Oh wait, sphere. It's very, very important. Because you don't want it to look fucked up. You don't. We do not want that. We want this to be a high quality, polished model. You know why? So we can sell it on CG Trader. That's why. And get those fucking, to get that passive income bucks. Fuck yeah. Be amazing. All right, you'd be a millionaire overnight by, let's get a little bit more detail because this is a fucking shit show. Okay. Oh boy, these eyes are gonna look like bullshit, aren't they? Yep, of course. I got a little bit. I'm like Icarus. I go to the fucking sun, and these look like crap. No, but I think you can make these relatively thick and then go in later and add like this, like a fold over it kind of, and the eyebrows will look thinner. But man, yeah, this is a hard sculpt. I'm going to undo that and make these smaller. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go with this. It's a simpler. How's that for size? Really? This one turned out so fucking difficult. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good for space. Yeah, eyes are pretty tough. Well, because you've seen me do eyes in previous fucking toots. But I think this one gets the prize for, I don't know. I mean, it has a mind. The clay has a mind of its own sometimes. What can I say? Usually I like to make the eyes a little bit big. Wow. It kind of looks good from the side, but from the front, it looks like ass. Maybe if I add clay over it, you know, kind of like this, it's like over that, maybe that'll look better. Who knows? I'm gonna just spend like hours on these eyes and be tormented. Sounds great. The bottom eyelid doesn't look too bad. What am I going to do about this top? Alright. Go in there. Okay. I'm going to try to get this as good as possible before adding too much detail. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. See, because I'm going to try to get this part. The way we do that. The way that I do it is I make the brush really dense. Then I add it over. Let's see if this kind of works. Getting in the zone. Right into the danger zone. I'm not going to torment you with my shitty singing. That's just not happening. Except maybe occasionally. When I feel like it. That looks tolerable. I know, this is the second time I've said that. Let me see what the fucking density is. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's get this back to like 10. nice and even geometrically speaking. See, it kind of, the eye kind of has, in this example, it goes up and then it kind of goes down. Well, let me see if it would have been nice if in that process it did. See, but it kind of, yeah, that looks better. Looks better. It's starting to look better. It's starting to get there. See, that was rough. I don't know, man. The sculpt, something about it. It was very challenging. A little bit less of a curve. Let's get that. Wow, the draw brush was able to do that more effectively than Inflate. Shame on yourself, Inflate. Shame. Maybe this pinch around it will make it look better and less like shit. Yeah, eyes are very tough. I mean, you could probably sculpt. It's like, I mean, the human body is very fractal. It's like, I want to draw a character, but then there's the head, and then within the head there's like the eye, and then within the eye there's like all those components, and within those there's all those components. I'm actually going to increase the detail. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, but yeah, it's like, it gets more sharp. When you want to really define shit. Let's look at that face. Kind of want it to go like, I want it to pinch. So what I've seen as a technique is you set it to, you go to dynamic, you go to your sculpt mode, set your lock. And the y-axis. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it could be improved. Smooth that. So let's see. I'm gonna let me see. I remember the eyes were something that always fucked me up because, like, let's say you're doing lips or an ear or a nose, you're kind of working with the surface as it is. You're just kind of bringing out more of the surface. But like sculpting, or you're trying to get the eye shape and you're trying to get it to conform to the fucking eye. I mean, like I always find that a pain in the ass, and still do apparently. Scrape. We'll see how this looks. All right. Okay. So I guess we'll go in. Try and get this shape in there. Kind of does it. Then we've got this. And the nose tip. Yeah, I've seen this a lot with sculpting. Kind of that like split shape. It's the zygomatic process. Okay, let's see. What else is there? I'll do it like it's pretty close. It's not quite. Okay. Shaping up. See, a lot of these examples kind of remind me of like Marvel or like very classic comic kind of content. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's more like there. Kind of like the look of that, even though I'm not sure how accurate that is. But I kind of like that. But yeah, I mean that's really what it comes down to is you just find references and shit. Yeah, that red was making it look like ass, but it's good because it makes. I guess this one's. I guess this matte cap is more forgiving. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Okay, it's not. It's not totally like the most accurate thing in the world, but yeah, and that's what I noticed. There's like these yeah, like these, yeah, like these kind of tears. I'm gonna do the scrape. Get like a nice. Hmm. Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of that anatomy kind of vibe. I just want to make another better cut. It isn't so huge. Okay, go ahead and scrape this. That's kind of interesting. Let's go in and scrape that shit. Because this is an anatomical example. We want it to look perfectly anatomically perfect. I mean, we got kind of more of a sci-fi look. But yeah, I think, yeah, because that's kind of like when I saw this example, I kind of saw it as like green a little bit. So I guess it's more of a came out more of a sci-fi head than anatomy, especially at the end when I did the three indentations. But this is the final result. It is getting a little bit late, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, this here was the anatomically inspired render piece. Anatomically inspired sculpt from the Loomis examples, particularly this one. Alrighty, peace.